that lets you be, are you ready for this, either a murderer or a prison escapee or, best of all, a terrorist. I'll discuss and I'll tell you all about that one coming right up. KFI AM 640, Handel here and Hoffman there.
A high school teacher's been arrested in Altadena on suspicion.
Sign up for Julie's Investment Boot Camp now. Go to KFI, AM640.com. Keyword Boot Camp. Brought to you by KFI.
More stimulating talk radio. KFI, AM 640.
KFI Handel here on a June 9th Monday. It's going to be a hot one today. I'm in my summer uniform now. My shorts and my mandals. The time has come. Actually, I'm in all brown today. I look like a UPS driver. Coming up on Saturday, Law Day, June 14th, 9 to 3 o'clock. Free legal advice from over 100 HandelOnTheLaw.com attorneys in almost every area of the law. Bankruptcy, divorce, foreclosure, landlord, tenant, doesn't matter. Criminal, bring your documents. That's fine, too. You can see one, you can see a dozen. Just hang with us all day if you want. Free seminars, participating sponsors, a live broadcast of Handel on the Law from 9 to 11, food trucks and ATM on site, free giveaways every half hour, good ones, including cookware, for example, from Platinum Cookware. It's this Saturday from 9 to 3 at the Business Expo Center in Anaheim. For specific information, go to KFIAM640.com, and the search word is Law Day. Brought to you by Cunning Dental Group and personal injury attorneys Bergener and Associates. Also brought to you in part by Reborn Cabinets, REM Sleep Solutions, and Stonefire Grill. Also, my makeup artist daughter, Barbara, will be at the Star Looks makeup booth giving away free samples of makeup to ladies and men who enjoy makeup. All right. I'm going to tell you about a new app on Apple. A listener wrote in and alerted us to an iPhone app, a video game called On the Lam Fugitive Simulator. I'm going to read to you the entire letter that this listener wrote us because it explains everything. Quote, I found out about this game because my son had been playing it all day last week. And the reason why this game concerns me is the glorification of violence towards police and civilians. Now, you know, there are a lot of games out there. For example, Grand Theft Auto, one of my favorite violent, horrible games, in which, for example, you pay a hooker for sex she doesn't put out and you beat her to a pulp. That's one of the Grand Theft Autos. This takes it to a whole new level. Again, let me read what the listener wrote. The player can take the role of a murderer or a terrorist and go on a crime spree trying to escape the country. The terrorism aspect is especially troubling because of the multiple roles you can play as. Some scenarios I have seen, you can play as you were a Muslim extremist, an Al-Qaeda sleeper cell, a neo-Nazi that kills Jews in a synagogue, even the most troubling, quote, a right-wing extremist and a fan of Norwegian mass murderer Anders Behring Breivik. Remember him? Who went into that camp, the kids' camp in Norway, and took out, 30, 40, 70 kids. I don't remember the exact numbers. Go on, and as we go on with the letter. As you play the game, you can hijack cars, rob stores, even break into people's houses, which gives you the option to murder the homeowners and their children. Players can also consume drugs like pot and meth, which gives their character special abilities. It absolutely sickens me that a game like this exists, and it is sold to kids to play as entertainment. I'm not the typical type of person to blame crime on video games, but this game goes way too far in may even teach actual criminals how to escape the authorities. I don't know about that. You know, it's not one I have doubts about, but in any case, it certainly goes beyond the pale in many people's opinion, including mine. Oh, incidentally, you can get it in the Apple iTunes store for a big 99 cents. So it's clearly way too expensive for kids, isn't it? At less than $1. And if you go to the iTunes store and you get a description of what the game is, here is the way it's described. It's an experience of what it is like to actually be a fugitive on the run. On the Lam was designed to be the most realistic fugitive simulator game ever made. Many hours of researching actual fugitive cases were spent to bring the most authentic and realistic experience to the player. And the goal is to escape the country by any means necessary. And there are 3 types of fugitive scenarios that anybody can choose, that your kid, for example, can choose. You can be a murderer. You can be a prison escapee. You can be a terrorist planning an attack. And each scenario is made to simulate what it would really be like to be a fugitive after committing these crimes. Now, frankly, do I have a problem with this? I don't care. I can't imagine someone is a terrorist out there, but because they're playing a game. But, would I have a problem with my kids playing it? I'd rip their arms off if they were playing this kind of a game. So some of the things you can do in playing this game, you can break into houses for shelter, items, or to rob homeowners. You can steal cars, rob stores, hide out at motels, gather items to help you escape, including clothes, tools, food, drink, weapons, drugs. You can change your clothes to prevent pedestrians and cops from recognizing you. If the cops are nearby, you can hide out in the woods, buildings, and more. And each hiding place has certain advantages and disadvantages. It's your typical video game. Areas on the map light up to let you know when the police know your last known location. And in realistic mode, you will not be notified about the cops' movements and when a pedestrian reports you. So, it's fairly realistic to say the least. All right, coming back, what I want to do is play you an excerpt from the actual game. We'll be right back with that one. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio, Hoffman.
We're getting more information about the